Good morning, guys. Hello, hello, welcome back.
Good morning, Sid.
What's up, Leszek?
All good, all good.
What's new in your country?
Ah, as I said, I will move soon from
Mm.
Sweden to Poland, so that's new. And we'll try to pro trading. We will see how it goes.
Okay, good. You want to open a new office or something?
No, no, no. It's not for me. I will just trade.
Well, you can just open an office and just trade by yourself. No need to call anyone to come
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I have plans to open some new offices soon in my country.
And what for? You will.
I will trade, live stream from it, and maybe teach. Who knows if someone wants to come.
Okay,
I
okay.
just want to create a space to work like professionally.
Trade floor.
Trading floor, yes,
Yeah,
yeah, something
nice.
like that.
Wish
Looking
you
at
luck.
this, oh, I'm thinking about this Aussie dollar, but it already went to the next zone, and
Yeah, I saw it before. On 1 hour,
mm,
it was a break, if you see. But it went straight down. I
that's
mean, yeah.
a weak one. I'd rather take it here after this candle closed above and then this one came. But not
Oh, no,
yesterday
no,
what
no,
was
no, no, no.
what?
I was talking now today for
Oh, you
sales.
were looking at this here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Okay.
wasn't bad, but it didn't came. And
Yeah.
now I am looking maybe GU for a downside, but it's
GU's
not so strong.
no, not there's a lot of zones below here.
Yeah, but it should correct this because there was no change in interest rates, so I think it will go down a little bit.
I think these pullbacks they can just do some small retest and can still continue.
Yeah, maybe we will see.
But yesterday was a mess. A lot of news got affected by plenty of them. And it might be just a fake move to the upside at the end of the day, since it pushed a lot yesterday. But today is also Friday, so we have to be very careful what we take, because we know that on Fridays, plenty of fake outs can happen. So we're gonna look for a safe one. NZD US dollar. Yeah, see, it did move perfectly to the upside, NZD US dollar, but unfortunately it didn't come enough for us to give us a trade here. At the end, it worked out perfectly. I'm just gonna check if there's any news today, so we can be aware of some Euro one, but probably it's not gonna have big impact, and some new home sales in 6 hours and 35 minutes. So we're pretty clear today. All we need is a good setup. Your cat. There's a level here, but not very clear. We have UNCT here with a nice level 2. Has gone too far, almost at the next zone. GCAD, USDJPY. What a push from UJ. What a push. Look, there's only one or two candles, one or two bearish candles in this whole push. Only bullish candles, 140 pips push in the last 3 days. That's pretty big for a UJ here. Good thing about UJ is it finally broke this consolidation, if I could say. Well, there's still this one to break, but it feels like it's gonna break that too soon. It's a big push coming. I feel like if we try to take something from these small consolidations on the JPY pairs, it's quite a bit risky. I think they can easily turn into a fake out, just like this one that you're thinking on SDJPY. Actually, to the upside, it's not bad, but to the downside, I don't know if I trust it. Even though it's a good level, what I would trust here is, even though it can take some time, I'd like a break above, maybe on the next candle, then a small pullback and continuation after, closing above this with a nice break just above. This could be nice.
Yeah, break above could be nice. But to the downside, what did you say? I like it also.
No,
like
to the downside, I don't trust it. It's too bullish right now.
Okay, okay.
It might work, but it's a little
Because it
bit more
rejecting
risky.
this also this strong 4 hour level.
And there's also like middle levels here on
Yeah,
NZD JPY. So if it breaks, it probably comes at the next one, and it's more risky to the downside. It's very
yeah,
bullish right now.
yeah. But to the upside, it can be good.
Yeah,
I
to the
think it's
upside, yeah.
like one of the best for today to wait. And look for GJ.
No, GJ was not good. I'd never be safe in that setup there.
No, no, no. But it's faking now.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna end up. This level was good, but somehow we didn't respect it earlier on at this candle, and now it's just the chart's getting worse.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Andrea. How are you?
I am that I took GJ.
Why?
You took GJ. No.
Yeah, I'm a positive person, too much positive.
It wasn't strong level. That was the problem.
I know, but that's my problem. I always too much positive.
Yeah, it will come. Don't worry.
No, Andrea, honestly, I don't know why you took this, because we didn't, no, none of us took it, because we all thought that's not good enough. What did you saw that was good enough to take this? Or what made you think it's so strong level?
I don't know. I always visualize positive things, like in the chart. So what I saw here, I saw that the level was not strong, but what I saw is, so my level is a bit higher. So my level is where the price is now. So I
Yeah,
checked the level
but why is your level different than mine? We don't need to have different levels because the chart is the same. This level I drew is also based on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. This
yeah,
is
exactly.
where most rejections are happening.
Yeah, I guess you
This,
can take it like few pips up. This is just a zone, but yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
Exactly. If you look 4 hour, it's a zone, and the level was in the middle. So the zone is between here and where is your level
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So I think
That's all a zone. True.
yeah. Plus, I saw that it was going up, so it was like this, and
Yeah.
I thought this was the place where he could come, reject, and give me the pips to go in profit.
This is also this situation, Andrea, when
Yeah,
we have the starting break, the breaking candle. It starts just on the zone, on above the zone. It's never good. It's always best if we have good momentum and the price only have to retrace like 50% of the candle. Then it's perfect. But here
yeah. I think
it's almost
it's.
full.
I know that. I think it's more of a psychological thing. Like if I am myself and I trade only myself, I maybe find 10 trades per day because I always think the next day is better. So I look, I breaks, and I think it's gonna work all the
you
time.
know this attitude is very dangerous after losing trade, because after losing trade you just want to take another trade, and then
Yeah,
it's
and
getting
actually,
dangerous.
you
And you
see in
you
the
need
group.
to you need to
Yeah.
put like if you lose like 2 times per day, you have to just leave the charts, because otherwise it can be very dangerous for your account.
Yeah,
Uh,
if you see in the group, I posted and I write the level is not strong, but still I think, oh, this time is gonna work all the time. Oh, this time is gonna work, and I take not good trades, and that's the problem. At the end of the week, I look and in the journal, and if I don't take that stupid trades, I would be much more profit. But it's happened all the time, and it's a long time that is my problem. Like you're missing out the trades.
Andrea, just look. When we take a good setup, just take that setup as an example on the future trades. Is this GJ good enough like the previous one that we had?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. Look at the levels. There's no level at all. If you look at it, it's just one or two candles. That's not enough. Where's the last time we took a trade like this? You can't remember last time. Look at left. These, maybe even these can be counted as a level. At the end, you can count as level because there were plenty of rejections, and now you just have one or two candles, and taking this, it's way too risky. It's way too risky, even after having a 200 pip move to the upside. Taking a trade in this small level here, I don't know why. At least if you have would think of taking a trade, a more secure one would be at least at this level.
I think I fucked up the level as well. Like my level is different. Like my level was like one here, and the other one here. So I see the break like this, and I thought retrace and go to the next. Uh, I don't know. I just
Yeah, look, these mistakes are gonna pass by, but I hope you're learning from them, and you don't repeat it. That's the main thing here, to not repeat the same mistake. You see this kind of setup next time, don't take it. You've learned now from it that it doesn't work out. You need more rejections. You know how many times when we had a perfect setup, even a perfect zone here with plenty of rejections, and the trade would still go and result in a fake out.
Yeah.
Now that's a very high possibility buy setup. Let's say if there's a good resistance like this and a breakout, and it results in a fake out. What about this with only one candle? This doesn't have a high possibility chance to push up. There's very low chances of pushing up here, and high chances of being a fake out. Looking at the left, looking at the zone, there's no good signs here that price is going to continue.
Yeah, another sign good that I see is that this candle, like this green, it happened almost the same. So we went down at the beginning of the candle and it went to profit. So I thought it was gonna do the same here. It was red until the beginning and it goes to profit. But this
Like
is just things I think my mind made up, when I want to take a trade. So I find a way why it looks good.
We
this
we
previous
yeah.
example looks very good. I will take it in the trading hours. The previous, the 3 a.m. candle. Yeah, this one.
This
Yeah, I
one.
saw that,
This
and I
one,
thought,
I would take this one.
No, this one I would take it too.
Yeah,
I would
also.
take it too. Of course, at any time of the day, I would
Yeah,
take
but
this
it
setup
was
here.
no volume time. So,
Yeah, just the
I,
time was the bad. Let me just see. This was a 9 pip 10. I don't think we would get stopped here. It's
no, probably
probably a
not. Yeah.
stop loss of 15 pips would take
Or
place here,
this would be break even for
or
me.
break even, something, but I don't think it would be a loss because we
Mm.
wouldn't lose risk exactly 10 pips there. I think we would put just below the candle around 15 pips. But look, you gotta focus on major zones. If anything else, there would be plenty of trades at this point except this one. Look, you had this resistance here. You had a breakout. It came for retest, came deeper, still ended up staying here. It didn't move that far from the zone, stayed up here. Now this was the first one. Now you have a second close above. If you would ever want to take a trade after here, it still would be buys here and you would catch this move to the upside.
Andre, what helped me? I also was like you. I wanted to, in the beginning, take everything, but what helped me was the checklist. I made a checklist what require for the perfect trade, like the breakout candle. Notice, that it should begin like under the level and then over the level, and it should have good momentum. Then about the retracement. And if you do the list, and it's less subjective then. Yeah, at least for me it worked. So not so long, like 5 points on the list to check the news and the technical setup, and
Yeah,
it
that's a
worked for me
good idea.
for the beginning.
Is it a
yeah,
good
that's a very good
breakout?
point.
Is it a nice, a good enough resistance or support?
Yeah, like if level have a lot of rejections, then some notice about the breakout candle, and not too much, but just 5-6 points, and then it is less subjective. And take only perfect setups, and maybe setups with us then. But when you take by yourself, take only perfect setups and look why to not take a trade. Look for a reason why to not take a trade, not why to take a trade.
Yeah, you see, sometimes when we take a trade, we say there's no reason at all why this should not push up, let's say. That's when you have full confidence that this is gonna have to continue because there's no reason. We don't see anything that tells us this is not going up. And that's when you have a full, great, perfect setup. with no traffic on the left, with a good breakout, with a nice level, and that's when you just don't have a reason to believe that it's gonna be a fake out. Even then, sometimes they can turn into a fake out. Let alone if you have a weak level that you're not really trusting, and there's a lot of candles on the left too, which are not making it simple. But I
And
don't know. I guess.
remember that. Sorry. Okay, go on.
No, no, go on, go on.
And remember, in the market we have three positions. We have buy, sells, and no trade. This is also position.
I like the buy all the time. That's the problem. I like the buy. And I know I did the checklist. I did so many things, but still, it's I don't know. It's I need to work on that. The good thing is that I closed like I risked 2% and I closed on minus 0.3. Like in the past, I would have just wait and hope. And but this time, as soon as I see it didn't like it wasn't what I was expecting, I closed straight away. So I didn't lose actually. I just lose just really little. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I guess once you saw that it's coming right here right away, you would close because that's just a straight indication that price about to drop a lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
it went
that's
down straight away. You retrace, and when you retrace, I close.
that's a good thing then.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good thing. I guess you realized that it was a mistake early on, and you acted fast. You didn't let this go too far.
Yes, because I
That's
like
good.
I know it. It's just
I guess you had a little bit more hope than you had reasons to take it.
yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
just
in my
like you
hope.
hope that it's gonna work out because I see some positive things, but also some negative. But if I have some luck, it might help me out a bit here, and I win. But that's not a good thing to think like that. I used to trade with hope and can destroy you. Okay, you think, oh my God, why am I not just a one time? Why am I not being lucky just one time?
Yes. What the fuck? Yeah, but this is I think the important thing is to like work on it. Like otherwise, I think many other or like me in the past, I would just say, "Oh, this strategy doesn't work. Fuck it," you know, and
Yeah,
look for
the
something
thing
else to do.
is that yeah, if you keep changing, you will never succeed. You have to stick to one strategy, and I think like 90% of the strategies they work, but they require like this little twist and work have to be done.
Yeah, exactly. And at the same time, 90% of the strategy don't work if you apply that with the hope uh, mindset.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
think,
You need to find these little tweaks and little, this. It's it's not so easy that you take strategy that have some points and you follow and you will be profitable. You need experience and
yeah.
these little things are important.
Thing is, we have a good strategy. All we gotta do is just wait for the perfect setup to come,
Exactly.
and we know how good the win rate is. We know how good it can be if we follow the rules and take the setups, the best setups. Not just take anything because we can find plenty of trades during the day that are not that good, but we just want to take some. There are
Yeah.
plenty of them.
I am not the best, but over I look my statistics and over my 160 last trades, I have more than 70% win rate, so it's quite good.
Of course. I'm gonna do some journaling, maybe during the weekend, just to see how trades went, how many I gave that were good. I mean, we had some good runs with 6, 7 wins in a row and these kind of things. But if I look all the trades I've given since I started my group, it's a crazy win rate because so many times we went like 10 wins in a row and then a loss or two, and just repeating the same thing. The win rate is crazy, and the trades I sent were always, very secure ones, A plus setups. We rarely took something that is not very safe. Even if we do that, you've seen me when there's a setup that is not fully sure, we take it half risk. Then that's when you know that it's not fully sure, but there's a doubt about it, but there's also a good chance it might work. So we don't want to just miss the whole trade. We're taking half percent. It's a chance that might give us one, even if we risk only 0.50. But the win rate, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy good. Good discipline, good risk. You can grow big accounts little by little. What's the average pips you can win weekly with your strategy? Look, pips doesn't matter here. It matters how much you're risking in percentage. 10 pips can give you 1%, 100 pips can give you 1%. It's all about what risk you use. Pips doesn't matter at all. People laugh with traders that take 10, 15 pips, but that 10 pips makes me 2-3%. I don't need to wait for days for price to move 100 pips so I can make 1% or 2. 10 pips is all I need. I can make 2-3% in 10 pips and then I'm done. Hello guys. What do you look in a good setup? In a good setup, I expect a lot of rejections. A lot of rejections to the upside, to the downside. When I want to take a trade, I look how strong the zone is. I look how strong the zone is. Can I trust this zone? Are there enough rejections that I can trust taking this trade? So the more rejection it has, the better. Is the better for us, because we saw how long it took to break that level. It took many times. And when you finally see the breakout, you say, okay, just like when price was below and it couldn't break above, the same thing is going to happen after breaking to the upside. This zone is not going to be easy to break to the downside, so we have a confirmation, a breakout, and now the retest is going to come test this and it's going to continue. Because basically it makes no sense price to take for weeks for breaking a level, and at the end when it breaks above and comes for retest to go all the way to the downside. It makes zero sense unless there is a way bigger zone on the left, and that can cause a fake out unless there's a way bigger zone like a daily zone or something. Otherwise, makes no sense price breaking a very strong zone then coming back all the way to the downside and moving down. And that's how the market moves. A breakout, it retests the zone and continuation. Same thing to the downside. Same thing, the more rejections you have, the better the setup is going to be. Also, it matters how strong the breakout is. As long as the breakout is good, it shouldn't worry you anything. And also, if there's free traffic, even better. Even better. Sometimes when you get a breakout and then a retest, you don't really have a big range, so all you might get is a small move, but it can still work. And there's some other things that you might consider.
Like this, if I understand what you said yesterday as well, um, to fake out, it makes sense when, like, say this is a consolidation, and say the price was coming from from down to up, so it was coming like this, it was coming like this, and after it start consolidating, so it makes sense that sometimes before to continue up, we have the fake out here like this and this like this. So after, so this is the time when it makes sense that it breaks, but actually it came back in. Is it right?
I don't know if you're asking if price is doing this and does
Yeah, you said
break.
that you said that it doesn't make sense to break and come back in, but it makes sense when we are like when it break in the opposite way, like we are going up and it break down only for fake out. So that's when it makes sense.
So it makes sense when it's coming like this,
Yeah,
and then
like
just
strong. Yeah,
yeah,
literally.
yeah. If it's a good trend, yeah, it makes sense maybe to have a fake out
Yeah,
because you don't really expect a pullback, something like that. Yeah, but like I said, there's different situations when you can expect a fake out and when you can't,
yeah,
because it just makes no sense. For example, you've heard many traders saying that uh, trade the trend, right? So break and retest, you can trade the trend. Like if there's an uptrend and then you have this consolidation box, you don't look for sells here, but you look only for buys
yeah,
because you just want to trade the trend. But can you do the opposite too? You can. Is it more risky? It might be more risky. In a very bullish trend, it might be more risky, but we tried them before. They work out perfectly. Why? Because we don't expect a big move. We're not expecting a change of trend here. All we need is a small move, and that makes perfect sense for us because we're never going to expect a changing of trend kind of move. All we want is a zone to zone, and that can always be expected. So you look for strong consolidation areas, and I look for strong zones. It doesn't have to be a consolidation box or so, it just needs to be a strong zone. Andra, have you watched simulations?
Yes, yes, I looked at
Because
all of
simulations are
them.
very good to see
Yeah,
how
they
I
are
enter.
very good, and I took screenshots and I look back like a lot of times. I look back and
You can also do simulations by yourself. You know,
yeah,
to maybe it can really help to avoid these kind of setups that you're taking.
Maybe
yeah,
we will go back to simulation. It's also nice.
Yeah, it's just we're not having many people. I need the simulations to be more, have more people, more communication, because for me it's very easy just to do the simulation. I need more questions. I need interaction. Because when I'm doing simulations, like nobody's talking and I'm just the only one doing it, and it kind of feels just doing the same thing like uh, the previous simulations. Like it feels like a simulation too. I'm just doing the same simulation, same thing, telling, and nobody's interacting. So I kind of need more interaction on the simulations too.
I think said you just need me, and and I'm gonna talk for 10 people.
Okay, we can do simulations. Why not?
Yeah, I saw
We'll
all of them.
see. We'll see if
Yeah.
it works and find a day. I think doing it on the weekends it's not a good idea because we gotta make the weekends to rest.
Yes.
But we can do it on during the week somewhere, just
Yeah.
like a
Sometimes.
refreshment.
Yeah. Sometimes there is
I will
not.
speak with you also, Seth.
Okay,
Perfect.
So you don't feel lonely.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I need
Yeah. Maybe
partners.
sometimes there is no setup for an hour, and we can just instead of I don't know,
Do
wait.
simulation?
Yeah, we can do maybe just half an hour of simulation.
I don't know, because I need the terminal to trade. I need the
Ah,
MetaTrader to trade. So if I go to simulation, there I can't go back to my live account. But no,
you use MetaTrader for simulation. Okay.
no, I have a MetaTrader account too, alongside with the C Trader that I'm using now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we
But
can find a way.
no, no, yeah, we'll find a time and a day of the week where it's a good day, or maybe after we have a losing day or something like that, we can go over simulations and see if that's just a one-time thing and find similar setups, something like that, because simulation sessions are very good to increase your confidence because after you get a loss or two, let's say before we had a day when we had two losses in a row, and
Yeah,
the next day might be one more loss, and it's kind of hard for some people to recover from that. So uh, simulations can be just to tell you how good your strategy still is. It's just a bad time, or it's
yeah,
just a bad day or bad week. On simulations, you see how good your strategy works. All you gotta do is be patient and let that bad time pass, and then the good days come. We all had bad weeks and bad days, and we saw later on how wins came and how the win streak started again, and you all forget about that bad time with 2 3 losses in a row. There's this AUD US dollar. I do like how it's forming and how it's going, but it's very risky to take it on the current retest that's happening here because there's also this zone here. So in order to take this, we gotta still wait. One way I would trade Aussie dollar One way is that it created this small minor zone here. It created this since we had the retest right now. That's maybe one more confirmation. Since we had the retest, wait for price to go above this zone. And then you can take the retest of this zone. And I think it should work out at the end here. If it's gonna respect this break and retest that we see of that channel on Aus dollar, then it should do something like this. This is what maybe I would look forward to take. Other than that, we're still just gonna watch. But this can be a possible setup. Yeah, it's kind of swing break and retest. That's true. That's true. Cause there are a lot of people who trade channels and wait for the channels to break so they can take a swing trade. Yeah, I guess when there's a major breakout, you can look also for a swing kind of trade. Where's the channel? Yeah, this describes it pretty well. And now we have a close above this channel, and yeah, it makes sense to have some more continuation. But I don't know how accurate this is because I don't trade like this. But like I said, if that setup happens on the 1 hour that I'm expecting, this can be just another, confluence to add to our 1 hour break and retest. Can be just another confluence that price broke this channel. It did a retest, now it's rejecting, broke a minor zone. That's when we get a chance to take some buys. And also later on, another entry can be found at this other level. Some people saying EU, EU, EU. What about EU? What's happening there? There was some news on Euro, bad news, some bad news, but I guess it was not, did not have big effect on the market. So nothing special. GJ ended up closing all the way back in the range. Even a small break below the zone, which is not strong enough. But can you expect a move to the downside here? This can be an easy move to the next zone here. We'll see now. Probably it's gonna move down. It's in 20 pip range. The breakout is around 2-3 pips, not good enough. We're gonna skip, but we're just gonna see how it fills the range here, because now it makes more sense to continue down and not up. just based on the candle formations, you look at it and it makes no sense to go up again. But it makes sense to fill this range now because it doesn't really have anything on its way. USD CAD is a mess. USD CAD is a mess. There's a huge 4-hour resistance here. And if you want to try to take buys on this retest here, it is pretty risky because price has already arrived at the next level. Can it work? It can still work, but just more risky. And we want something less risky, something safer. This GU is kind of making a retest on the 4-hour, but also has a very strong level on the daily here where it's rejecting. We're kind of stuck here. Every time after big moves, we're kind of stuck with pairs waiting to do something because they all did some big moves and we end up waiting for some kind of consolidation. Otherwise, there's nothing there to do. This EJ here is at a massive resistance, and I don't know how I missed this yesterday, to be honest. Did anyone mention EuroJPY, or it was coming from another zone? Okay, so I would probably not take it. But what a nice retest here. What a perfect 4-hour retest. And look at the push. But I guess the news have had its effect on it, so can't really say I missed it or I could have taken it, because yesterday we just decided that we're not gonna trade. It was a mess. Powell's speech short on all USD. How do you mean? Do you see a pullback to 1.36776 on GBP USD? We can imagine a pullback here on GBP USD, but it can also reject from here. But yeah, there might be a chance that comes deeper. Did NZD US dollar reach the next support, or is there still a valid trade on a pullback? I guess it has gone too far. If you're thinking NZD US dollar in this level, yeah, it's probably gone too far. Yesterday we were not counting this as a level, but then we had a few more rejections. It's not the same. If you look at the 4-hour, you still don't have a level here at all. But I'm gonna do same thing on NZD US dollar too. I'm just gonna wait for this kind of setup, just like on Aussie dollar. I'm gonna wait for the same thing here. This would just makes more sense for me, and it's safer to take this kind of trade. This would be the safest way to trade. It's a good level on here on NZD US dollar. Not bad at all. It can work out.